What's up, kings and queens? Welcome back to Bad Habits Kingdom. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and for supporting the channel, and also for supporting us on all of our other networks like Instagram, Spotify, Apple, even for being part of our Facebook group and being our friend on Facebook, in the Bad Habits Kingdom. We really, really appreciate it. We are going live. Today is February 13th. It has been exactly 5 years since the brutal murders of Abigail Williams and Libby German. And I believe all of us are affected by this case. And honestly, this case has been such a high profile because of all of you who have been doing everything you can to support this case. And I'm not talking about us making videos. I'm talking about all of you who really, really been trying to do everything you can to support this case by, your theories, your ideas. Even if you don't agree with people, you being a part of it is what's keeping this case such a high profile. One thing about it is I know that we will never give up. And I truly believe the killer thought that's what was going to happen. He believed that this will be just another unsolved case, another unsolved mystery. The case will dial down and it'll just go unsolved. But that is not the case for the Delphi because of all of you who support this case and been doing everything you can to do your part. And I really, really want to say thank you for all your support with Bad Habits Kingdom, and really, really thank you for supporting the case. Excuse me. All right, kings and queens. So you guys know I don't do live videos. I actually just got back from the gym about 15 minutes ago. I am burnt down. I'm trying to lose this belly fat. So we are going to be talking about a couple things here. What do you guys think about the HLN? We are going live for comments. Let's see who we got. All right, Lady M, new subscriber. Thank you, Lady M. How you doing today? All right, Jill, what's happening? How you doing, Jill? All right. What's going on, buddy? What's going on, Shane? Big Shane. How's everybody doing? All right. How you doing, Lynn, right? It's Lynn? That's how you say it, right? Lynn, how you doing, hon? Still like the photo, hon. Still like the photo. Oh, Shane, what's going on, buddy? What do you guys think about this new information? The new information that I got was that the recording was at the end of the video. That's pretty much the only new information that I received. That's all I received. But what do you guys thinking so far with this the HLN special? It was definitely a little different, right? I was expecting a little bit more. I'm requesting a copy of the affidavit. Oh, that'll be awesome. It was good to hear a little bit more info. Yes, it was. It was knowing that we were able to hear Klein's voice for once. That was pretty good, and that we found out that the audio recording was towards the end of the video. And believe it, I actually thought it was like towards the beginning. I thought it was more like either the beginning or just in the middle. I didn't think it was at the end of the video. So, that's definitely new information. I was like, "Oh," when I heard that, I was really surprised. I thought we were going to get more info, and if that audio is at the end of the video, don't they have more video they can at least share? Or maybe him walking on the bridge a little bit more or something. I mean, something like that. Video and audio at 2:13 and 43 seconds. Yes, it was 43 seconds long, and at 2:13. 2:13. The photo of Abby was posted at 2:09. Am I correct on that? I believe that the photo that Libby took of Abby was at 2:09. So it had to have been right when they got off the bridge. He was already walking towards them. So that photo, I actually did a video last night about the case. I'm doing the editing now. I'll have it uploaded later on this afternoon. But I was talking about the photo of Abby on the bridge, and there's some people saying there's no one behind her. It looks at the start of the bridge. There's people saying there is somebody there. And I was trying to do everything I can to zoom in on that photo. And if you kind of look at it, it does look like there's someone down there. I don't know if it's just me, if that's just what my mind wants it, or what. But it definitely looks like it for a minute. Yes, Klein's voice. Yeah, we got to hear Klein's voice. Uh, Honestly, I was hoping the audio or that interview would be a little bit longer. I was hoping, the 20 minutes. I thought it was supposed to be like 20 minutes long. I was hoping it would be longer than what it really was. But, it is what it is. It's, at least it's something. It's something that we can get right. Something we can work off of. Now, you guys heard me talk about his dad multiple times. That's who I want to hear. That's who I want to listen to. I want to hear the dad's voice. Now, apparently, Klein was in Vegas, out here in Vegas. It makes me sick that he was out here in my freaking city, doing that pervert shit. And here I had no clue. But his dad would have had access to his account, right? In a way, I'm wondering if this is something bigger than what we really think. Maybe there's some kind of multiple people involved. I'm not saying in with the murders, but with these kind of crimes, maybe they work together. I don't know. I mean, this could be something bigger than what we think. I mean, it really is something. 207. 207. Okay. Thank you for that. I thought it was at 209, but you're right. It is at 207. Thanks for letting me know that, man. 6 minutes later, video recording. Right. So 6 minutes later, the video recording. We found out that edge weapon was used. Oh, I didn't see that part. An edge weapon was used. Okay, what is that, like a blade? We got a blade there. I got. I don't like talking about how the girls were hurt, harmed or anything, but I always thought it was a knife or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Tony's voice. We need that. Yeah, we definitely do. Apparently, his rare name is Jerry. I had no idea until I did the interview with my buddy over there. On the comments. I really need to hear his voice. I really think that we should be looking at his dad a little bit more. He would have had access to Klein's account. I think they are both got some issues, Klein and his dad. We really need to hear Klein's dad's voice. And I saw that I don't want to talk about, too much because of the video that I did last night, but yeah, that I'm uploading later on today. So I don't want to be repeating myself. But Doug Carter was saying, like, we know a lot about you, a lot, sleep well. And at first, when he was like, it could be today, tonight, he said tonight, I was like, oh shit, go get him. I thought they pretty much had a great idea who it was when they said tonight. And then he said next week. And then it turned into before his retirement, which is 2 years and 11 months. So it's like, how close are we? Be straight up. Do you really believe that it's going to get solved very soon? Because for some reason I have a strong feeling that it will be getting solved very soon, but that's just my personal thing. I just really do believe so. All right. The murder weapon was found at the scene. Okay. Wow. I mean, this is, oh man, they made it at the beginning a knife, fishing knife, maybe. That's what he had in his. It looked like a bag. Did you guys see a bag, like a pouch or something that he was wearing? I don't know if that's just lighting or what, but it looked like when he's walking on the bridge is a pouch, and it really makes me question about how the audio was at the end, towards the end of the video. Like, did he, because I thought the reason why it sounds like that is because she had her phone in her pocket. And if it's towards the end, was it like a few seconds later went dead or a few minutes later? Is that all you hear? Is that all you see? Because I think if there's more video, at least of him walking on the bridge, they need to show that. They really should, because that can make somebody, recognize him a little bit better. Like, oh shit, what's his name? I can't believe I didn't recognize him before. That's him, or I worked with that guy. That's blah, blah, blah. And I talked about this in the video that I did last night that I have not yet uploaded. But if there's more video of him walking on the bridge, show it. I mean, you might be able to see something. I mean, really, we might be able to get something going. When he said that people are going to be shocked when they find out who it is, it's not who it is. It's somebody that they known in the community and wouldn't expect him or this person to do such a crime. Here's the thing. This person, and this is what I keep saying this is what I talked about in the video last night, so I gotta stop that. But the way he says guys down the hill, if you guys listen to that, you can tell he sounds like pretty calm, much in control. He's not panicking. And you got to remember, this is broad daylight in a known place that people go to walk the trail and do the bridge and take photos. And, people go out there apparently all the time. I'm not sure how many people because I don't live in Delphi or Indiana or anything like that, but it's a known place, a well known place. And he wasn't like, guys, come on, hurry up, get down the hill or get down that hill, nothing like that. He was like, guys, down the hill. So, I mean, he sounds very much in control. He's not worried or panicking or anything. He's not worried about anybody seeing them. He's not worried about anyone walking up on them or hearing them, nothing. And that gives me goosebumps. And that's what makes me think either he's done something similar to this crime before or he like how for a first time criminal or a first time, let's say he never did a crime like this before. Let's say he never did any crime like this before. How can he remain that calm? You know, how can he not panic or his nerves or your adrenaline or whatever be freaking out? It's something. I mean, really, that was never said about the murder weapon at the scene. Okay. Real life. I don't know what that is. They said they are leaving it unknown for now. Yeah. Um, a friend was selling a knife the very next day on Let Go. What's Let Go? Is that like a selling website? Never heard of that one. Who else we got? It was mentioned on the other podcast last night by someone inside the case. Excuse me. I thought it was let, but please don't. Please don't. I think you said want to say it at this time. Please don't want to say it at this time is what I think you meant, not what to say. Or I don't know what to say at this time. All right. Yes, I heard that also. They found a knife. And that's where they got the fingerprints from. I haven't heard anything about the knife thing. The only thing I've been watching about the HLN is like clips of it on YouTube. I didn't get to really watch the entire thing. I don't know if they found a knife or not. I mean, the killer wanted them to be found. He knew they were going to be found. He wanted them to be found. Apparently, he left 3 signatures. That's leaving his mark. He knows that they're going to get found. I don't know why he would leave a knife behind unless he's just straight brutal. I mean, you got to remember, you leave a knife behind, that's the murder weapon. You're leaving that behind. And he could have taken her phone. That another thing that made me question, he could have taken her phone. He could have broken it. He could have, threw it in the water. And he didn't do any of that. He didn't take her phone. He didn't throw it in the water. Apparently, he didn't take the murder weapon. It's like, what's going on here? I mean, what is up with this guy? I mean, is that part of his signature that he did? What is it? You watched it also. You and I chatted on the podcast. Selling site friend of Libby's. Oh, okay. Say where the fingerprints were from. Jane quoting Greeno. Last night on another channel said all that. No idea if it's true. Okay. there's so many theories about this case, unless it's confirmed, we just really don't know. Um, DNA evidence is where I'm trying to get at. I don't, if they have DNA evidence, I don't think it's a whole lot of DNA. That's just me. Now, Klein said that apparently his account was the last one to communicate with Libby, and he offered them his DNA and hair sample. When he said hair sample, I was like, hold on. That was the first time I even heard or thought of about hair sample. I was like, he offered them hair. Did they find hair at the scene? Did they find pubic hair? Is there something up? Because the girls weren't raped by the killer. It doesn't mean they weren't abused in another way. I always make that clear. But apparently they were actually not raped by him. So yeah, God, this case is just so bizarre. It's been 5 years, and honestly, I was really hoping for more information. I really was. I thought we were going to get more video and more audio. I know it's the 5 years today, and this killer has just been walking the streets among us for 5 years. In a way, I think he's gonna start getting nervous, especially if he told somebody or if somebody knows it's him, maybe even a relative. First off, the reward money is going up, right? The reward money is it over 300? I know it was over 200, but I think it went over 300,000. I could be wrong on that. I don't know the exact amount for the reward money, but that could change somebody's life. So if you told somebody or if somebody was there with you or involved in it with you, you got to remember they're going to start thinking, well, now the FBI is involved. You're on the FBI's list. They were involved before, but now I think they're going to get more involved. They're not giving up on this case. This case has been a high profile for 5 years. It's not going anywhere. I really do believe the killer thought it was just going to go unsolved. And, like Evansdale, we don't hear a whole lot about the Evansdale case compared to Delphi, right? He probably thought it was going to dial down and people won't forget about it, but it wouldn't be talked about as much as it still is. It's been 5 years, and every day we are all communicating with each other about the case. We're all talking about it. We're all supporting it. We're not letting this case go anywhere. This guy has got to start getting worried, especially if somebody knows I could turn this guy in. He's going to get caught anyway. I'll get the reward money. There's so many different things, if somebody knows. The one thing people know, if you're gonna murder somebody or something, you do it by yourself because nobody can rat on you or tell on you. You do a crime, you do it alone. So in a way, that's what made me question if there was other people involved, because it's like if somebody else was involved, maybe they got arrested for something else. Oh, to get free, this guy killed Abby and Libby. There's so many questions, or there were other people involved and they're just keeping their mouth shut about it. There's so many like theories and questions that it's like, what really happened? What is going on? And the one thing I get emailed about is, why didn't Abby and Libby run away? If there was only one killer. I don't know what's going on with my ear. For some reason, my ear sounds like a blown out speaker every time I talk, and I have no idea why. Um, why didn't Abby and Libby run away? I honestly think they did try to run away at one point. I think that's when Libby's shoe came off, or he was pulling her, or something, because her shoe was found was off her, and it was away from the bodies a little bit. What is wrong with my ear? Sounds like a blown speaker. I do not know why it's doing that. I think that they could have tried to run away, but they were like sisters. They're not going to leave each other, especially with the killer. They were with each other all the way. They loved each other. They were like sisters. Uh, what else we got? No rumors, facts. So they're saying it's not Keegan from last night, basically. Yeah, basically last night they were saying it wasn't him. The FBI said that it was not him, but that doesn't mean he's not connected somehow, or it could be a relative. You know where I'm getting at. It could be something like that. God, I don't know why my ear is doing that. It's driving me nuts. I'm sorry. I keep talking about my ear, guys. That's why I don't do live videos, because I always go back and edit this out. My right ear sounds like a blown out speaker, in a car or something every time I talk, and it's driving me insane. I don't know what's wrong with it. But yeah, the FBI is pretty much saying that it's not him. And the voice, I tried to let here. I need to put these on, see if that would help. All right. The voice is somewhat, similar to me. I replayed it back 100 times and listened to it 100 times, and I'm like, I don't know if it's just me assuming that or what, but in a way, there's a similarity in a way, definitely. But we just, but they don't really believe it's him, especially if he's offering his DNA and hair. He's saying 100% that that's not me. And apparently, he was in Vegas, I believe, the day the murders happened. I don't know if he went in that night, if he did commit the murders and took off to Vegas later on that night, or what. So it's definitely questions. He could have been a confrontation of some sort near the water. Yeah, yeah, there could have been something like that. Um, and it doesn't matter, what they didn't do or did do. What happened already happened, and it's horrible. You know, I mean, unless you're in that situation, you got to remember they're 14 and 13 years old. And I know you guys didn't ask me this question. They're 13 and 14 years old. I mean, y- you know, I mean, they can't just say we can't say, "Oh, they should have ran. They should have ran." It's like they're 13 to 14. They're scared to death. They don't know. They don't know any better. They're kids. They're babies. He was in Peru. Oh, okay. I thought he was in Vegas. I thought he was in Vegas the day of the murders. Okay. Well, that's only what, 40 miles from Delphi? So, I mean, it's definitely possible. I was informed that he was in Vegas. So it's definitely possible. And last night I was watching a YouTube video, and he actually put the both sketches together. And there's like right at the moment when they go together, it looked like Klein to me. I was like, oh shoot. It really did when he put them together. Because that was something they were talking about, I know, is putting the sketches together. And they were saying both sketches is just one guy, but the witnesses and the age group and stuff, that's possible, but it's just really, really off, really off. Totally different sketches, age group and everything. I don't know all the details, but I heard last night he was in Peru. Okay. You know, I didn't know if he was in there because that's where his dad lived, or if he was in Vegas. Let me turn these around. Yeah, I thought he was in Vegas. That's what I was told. So, maybe I should have done more research to try to find out exactly where he was, because there's a lot of, he was there, he was in Delphi, he was in Vegas. It's so many different things. I cannot believe it's been 5 years today. Last year, I thought for sure we'd have somebody by now. I thought for sure. I said, "There's this guy's matter of time." I 5 years, man, and I don't know. I mean, it's when Doug Carter was like, "We have a lot about you. We know a lot about you." Okay, what if you know a lot about him? Why don't you go get him? Or if you know a lot about him, do you know who he's connected with? Is this some kind of pedophile killer ring that we're talking about? There's so many crazy things out there. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if there was, more than one person connected with this case. If like there's a group of people that do this kind of nasty shit. I mean, it's it's horrible. There was a mix up about his whereabouts. Yeah, of course, people are gonna, when there's so many people involved in this case, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, he was here, he was there, he was here, he was there." It still bothers me that he was out here in Vegas. It really does, son of a bitch. You know, I mean, but we need to hear his dad's voice. They need to get his dad on audio. I'm gonna try to do some research today to see maybe there's some kind of clip of his dad on Facebook or Twitter or something, of his dad talking. That's who I would like to hear is his dad. And we already talked about the last video I did when I was talking about Klein's dad, how they should be really looking at him. I think it's really possible. And I mean, were you guys expecting more information to be released on the HLN? I mean, what were you guys really thinking? Let's see what we got. I mean, 5 years. This is just crazy. Crazy. I mean, killer's been walking around for 5 years. I really do believe he's gonna start getting nervous. I think, now that he knows the FBI is gonna be getting more involved in this and that this case ain't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's not gonna dial down. It's not gonna, you know, just go off where people stop talking about it. It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. And I really believe he thought that you know what? You'll just go beyond another unsolved case. The heat will wear down and blah 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 blah. Bullshit. Excuse my language, but I'm serious. I mean, this guy pisses me off so much. I mean, really. Son of a bitch. Not impressed with Carter. Yeah, I mean, you would expect that though from Doug Carter. I mean, he doesn't give out a whole lot of information, and he was really, really thinking before he answered any question. He was like, all I can say is today could be the day. But when I first saw the clip, I was like, hold on, hold on. He said today, tonight, tomorrow. That's when I was like, oh shoot, they got him. They know who it is, or they have a good idea on who it is. And it went literally from today, tonight, tomorrow, next week to 2 years and 11 months. So it makes me think maybe they have some information. Maybe they have a good idea on who it could be. Maybe not. They didn't release enough to let us know. He said that someday we will find out, why they did this, why they did what they did, and I totally understand why they're trying to keep it so close, and not give out so much information. They want to make sure when they finally catch the guy that, the public defender can't freaking say, oh, you saw this online or saw this in a paper or because the police said this. They're making sure when they catch this guy that he gets found guilty. I mean, for sure. I mean, but they do need to release a little bit more information. I mean, obviously, what they're trying to do hasn't been working because at least if they have more video of the guy, if they have more video of a bridge guy walking on the bridge, they can release that because that might help trigger somebody's thing. Man, my ear is just so messed up. Okay, Carter talks in riddles, confuses everyone. Yeah, he definitely watches what he says. He doesn't. I think he was afraid he was going to say something that he shouldn't about the case. That's why he was so straightforward with it. He was trying not to say too much, but, release a little bit more. A little bit more. All I could say is we know a lot about you. A lot. Sleep well. I hope they do. I hope they have a ton of information about him, but it doesn't do any good if you don't have the guy. So if you got more video that you can give to us, at least of him walking on the bridge. If they do, I'm not saying they do. I'm just assuming if they have more video, because apparently the audio recording was towards the end. So it doesn't show Libby putting the phone in her pocket or turning it off. Nothing. It just shows him walking on the bridge for a few seconds. That's it. That's it. So I would think there would be more video of at least him walking towards them. They were out there. Let's say they were catfish. Let's say Anthony Schott's account was why the girls were out there. Or Libby. Let's say that the killer didn't know Abby was going to be there. He was trying to catfish Libby. and got her to agree to go out there to meet him out there. He showed up way before the girls were dropped off. He was probably already out there when he was trying to lure somebody. I'm not saying that Abby and Libby were the only ones he tried to contact. I don't know. He might have been trying to talk to other people earlier that day, and Abby and Libby were the ones that responded and saying, "Yeah, we'll meet you out there." I don't know. But let's say, the Anthony Shots account was how the girls got out there. I'm not saying it was Klein himself, but somebody that had access to that account, which would have been Klein or his dad, I would think, assume, right? So they go out there, they hanging out, waiting to see, a model driving a Lamborghini or whatever, and nothing, right? All they see is bridge guy. Libby knows this ain't right. This is not right. And apparently the video started a few minutes later after she posted the photo of Abby. So when was the recording? If that audio recording was towards the end of the video, when was the recording of apparently Libby saying to Abby, "This is the end of the trail. There's nowhere else to go"? Or where would the recording be at of Abby saying to Libby, "Is that creepy guy still following us?" Where would all those be? Would those be towards the middle, towards the beginning? Did she record him and then they took off? Did they, record him and they knew something was up? They started walking towards the end of the trail. They got to the end, or they got to halfway to the end. Libby says to Abby, "Is that creepy guy still following us?" She says, because that's how she says it. They get to the end of the trail. Libby says to Abby, "This is where the trail ends. There's nowhere else to go," because they were trying to get away from him. Why did she record him right then and there? If the audio was towards why would she record him right away? Did she see him? Did they see him beforehand, before they got on the bridge? Why would she record him, just a man walking towards them on the bridge? Dozens of people walked that bridge. What happened beforehand? Or did she just know? Something just told her this ain't right. What is up with this guy? All right. Does that mean they don't know who the killer is? I don't think they do. I think they might have a few ideas, but no, I don't think they know who it is yet. New to this channel, really have enjoyed the content over the last few days. Appreciate you, man. Yes, we need more information released. It's been for Aaron. Thank you so much for your support, brother. I hope you're a guy, really, but I really appreciate that. You have no idea how much that means to me, man. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting Bad Habits. I really, really appreciate it. If you ever want to come on here and tell us what you think about this case, let me know. We can make that happen right now. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Right. He gave you that horrible thought. He hasn't a clue. Yeah. Sounds like they're clueless. They might be clueless. I mean, they might not have a whole lot of information. They're saying they do. They're saying they know a lot about Bridge Guy. Does that mean the kind of person he is? Or, I mean, I think we all have a good idea on that part, or what, I mean, like, what does that mean? We know about you a lot. I mean, what could that mean? The channel special was underwhelming, to be honest. They promoted the thing like it was going to be a blockbuster new information. Yeah, I was expecting a lot more, that's for sure. I was expecting a tremendous amount more. I was hoping that we had something there, for sure. I thought they were going to release more audio or video or give us something, especially more of Klein's interview. I was expecting a lot more of that. Agree, totally. Yeah. Hey everyone, I'm new. Hey Lisa, how are you? Thank you for supporting Bad Habits Kingdom and for coming on. The girl said everything till the very end of the video. The killer's voice. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, what do you think there'll be more recording of him though? That part, guys down the hill, was at the end of the video. Maybe there could have been a little bit more. Which part, you know, it seems like there was much longer audio than we know about because apparently, there was more. Abby's or Libby's mother said, I don't know if you guys seen the clip. I showed it on one of my videos that she was able to hear more of the audio where Libby says something like, "So this is the end of the trail. There's nowhere else to go." And apparently there was more audio of Abby saying, "Is that creepy guy still following us?" And Libby responds by saying, "Mm-hmm." I mean, which part of the audio would that be at? I mean, and I saw on uh Gray Hudges where apparently there was more audio where Abby said the guy has a gun or something like that. I don't know if you guys seen that on Gray Hudges, but when I saw that, I was like, "What? When was that?" I had no idea about that. That's crazy. They added the killer to the FBI's most wanted list. Yep. And that isn't a good sign. Uh, why now after 5 years? Uh, how come that would be a good sign? I would think that would definitely be a better sign because I would think the FBI is going to get more involved in this than they have been. I'm not saying they haven't been involved, but I would think that they would get involved a little bit more. Definitely try to, I mean, and yeah, 5 years, and then why does it have to be on the 5-year anniversary? I mean, pretty much. I mean, or a few days beforehand. How come this going to happen a few years ago? I mean, there's so much wise about this case. It's just unbelievable. Really unbelievable. What's your contact info? Mine? Oh, at Lynn. Oh, I see. I got you. I was like, Shane, you already know mine. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's just like, what's up? Like, that's what we were all waiting for. Like, literally, when I saw the previews, I think it was on Thursday, saying, "Oh, Saturday night we got this big special thing." I was like, "Oh man, what do we got?" Like, I was literally waiting all day yesterday. Like, man, what's this gonna be, man? What's gonna be released? Is it gonna be more video, more audio? What do we got? What do we got? And then, oh, the interview with Klein. We get to hear his voice. We get to hear what he says and all this stuff. They're gonna ask him flat out if he has something to do with this. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Show some of the interrogation. That's what I thought we were going to see. That we were actually going to see them, questioning Klein, like in the interrogation room. I thought we were going to see Doug Carter and another detective and FBI people and all that talking to Klein. That's what I was thinking was going to happen. Then I was like, okay, they're going to interview Klein. All right. And then when it was only like a couple questions, I was like, is that it? That's it? Okay. That's more than what we've been given, so I'll take it. Okay. We at least got to hear the guy's voice. No problem. And did you hear why he said he made that account? Oh, I was lonely. You disgusting son of a bitch. Oh, excuse my language. I'm sorry. I got to watch saying cuss words on live videos. I already been warned by YouTube, so no cussing. But seriously, you sick. Screw you, son of a piece of. I mean, really. I don't know why I made it. I was only. It's because you're a sick freaking pig. That's why you made it. Because you're a freaking pervert who deserves to get your head beaten in with a freaking. All right, let's get back to the comments. All right. Supposedly there is a transcript of the entire 43-second video. Yeah, Libby mentions he has a gun. He racks the gun in between, saying guys down the hill. That's what a little break in between the audio. That's we talked about this before. I thought that, that he had a gun and that's why he's so controlling in his voice and everything. Like he's just holding a gun at him, guys, down the hill. Or nabbing like this, at the side, guys, down the hill. You know, he's not going to be panicking when he has a gun on him. He's not going to be flipping out. He's not going to be like worrying they're going to run away. They know they're not going to be able to run, with the gun on him or anything. That could be why he was so calm in his voice. But what gets me is he knew he wasn't worried about anyone seeing him or anything. People go out there apparently all the time, right? I mean, there was no school that day. Apparently, there was quite a few people out there throughout the day. I don't know if that's true or not, but in the interview I saw Libby's family, apparently there was people out there throughout the day, all day long, and he didn't worry about anybody seeing him. So it makes me like, that's why I think he was there a lot earlier than when the girls were dropped off. I say he was there for probably around 10 a.m., 11 a.m., I think he was there for a minute, No one needs my info. Oh, I see. I thought it sounded like a bit like Klein, but the samples are too short. Yeah, they're short. I want to hear the dad. Access to a sense. Exactly. That's who we need to hear. I'm going to try to see if we can get some kind of audio of his dad today. There's got to be some kind of recording of him somewhere. I would think, maybe on Facebook, or if, he obviously knew how, let's say it was, okay, client's dad. He knows how to work social media. He knows how to get into accounts. He knows how to communicate on that stuff. You got to remember, there's like, if I handed my Instagram to my uncle who is 54, he wouldn't know how to get it to do any of it. He'd be like, he just doesn't know anything about social media. But I really truly believe that him and his dad catfish together. I think they're both perverts. That's just my theory. A lot of people don't have to agree with it, which is fine. You don't have to believe me or anything. I'm just saying, I think they're both perverts. I think they really need to be looking at Klein's dad. Just extra. Yeah, definitely. We need to hear Klein's dad's voice, I really thought the video was going to be a lot longer, or, the interview at least, I really did. Yeah, so do I. I want this case to be solved. I really hope very soon. It's apples never fall from the tree. Exactly. I really think this could be something they do together. I'm not saying together, but they know about it. They talk about it. There's so much, agree. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, this guy. Okay. Yeah, this could be so many. I was expecting more, that's for sure. It's been 5 years today, to the day, and that guy's out there walking the streets right now. We all have families. This could have happened to any of us. It could have happened at any time. That guy's still out there. It makes me sick. It's crazy. I'm going to print out his photo for the next live that we do. We literally have a picture of him saying, "This is the guy. This is him. There's the killer, guys. He killed 2 little girls, and it's been 5 years and nothing." Hey Pat, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Maybe you got Klein hoping it would crack the dad if it was him. Yeah, it's very that's a good one. I mean, yeah, very possible. I wish we knew what was non-secure about the crime scene. Yeah, I mean, apparently those text messages of did you guys see the text messages where it showed like the people who found that found the girls and they were talking about it through text messages and stuff? Have you guys seen those yet? Where it shows that Libby didn't have any clothes on. There was like like branches or sticks or something covering her a little bit. Um, where would what would be the three signatures? What would the religious one be? What religion does it point to? Exactly. 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 Like, what was the religious thing that was left behind? What was, the signatures? It's weird. It's weird. He obviously wanted the girls to be found, or at least he knew they were going to be found, and he's sick enough to leave his mark. I don't understand why he hasn't arrested for 3 years. It's scary. Yeah, I mean, he's Klein. I mean, could have raped a little girl in that time and everything. I mean, really, they raided his house 2 weeks after the murders. 2 weeks after the murders happened. You would And then they say, "Oh, it had nothing to do with the case." Bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah, you ain't fooling nobody. Tell us that it was. That we would want that. Don't say, "Oh, I had nothing to do with that," because that just makes you look bad. Like 2 weeks after the biggest crime in Delphi history, like the brutalest crime that is around the whole world, pretty much. That's sick. Two little girls murdered, 13 and 14 years old. That's horrible. And 2 weeks after their murder, that you don't have the killer, you search somebody's house for a totally different reason. No, I don't buy that. I believe they searched his house because they were looking for evidence. They were looking for something. I really do. Yes, that's what it is. The text messages. That's what I'm talking about. Those. That's who I want to talk to. The person that found the girls to see maybe how long until when they found them did they were told to leave. What did they exactly see all around there? You know, I mean, that's who I would really like to talk to. 213 timestamp. Right. So what is that? 207. The photo was posted of Abby that Libby took of Abby. So was that 6 minutes before that? So within 6 minutes, they knew something was wrong. Something was very wrong within the next 6 minutes. Exactly. Exactly. Dollar Store Post Malone. That's actually a really cool name, Dollar Store Post Malone. I like that. Yeah. Thanks for coming on Bad Habits Kingdom. Thank you for watching the show. Especially out from Ohio. My grandmother's from Akron. Always wanted to go there. But yeah, they need to, I was expecting that yesterday. I was expecting more information for sure, or at least more recording or something, more video. I mean, I wasn't expecting, they made it seem like it was going to be like breaking news. This is what we know. This is what we found, or at least tell us who they think it is. That's what I saw in one of the like trailers of it on the police, who they believe the killer is. Oh, shit. Thursday, I was flipping out. I was like, oh man, I cannot wait for Saturday. We are going to be going live. We're going to watch it. We're going to get all into it. I can't wait. We're finally going to get something here. We're going to move forward. We're going to catch this guy finally. We've been talking about it recently, the past few weeks, on how it could be literally any time, and then all of a sudden and I was like, that's what you guys gave us. I was expecting a little more, but they gave us some. They did give us a little bit more, but not as much as I wanted. I'll say that. Not as much as I wanted. Also taking the Klein's dog is vert telling. Yeah, I mean, I think they didn't arrest him because there's a ring of pedophiles and they're hoping to knock down the door to the whole thing. That's what I'm talking about, Pat. Earlier, I this it's really possible that this can be bigger than what we think. It really is possible. No matter what people say and other YouTubers say, like, oh no, that's stupid to think that. Anything's possible right now. It really is. This could be something bigger than what we really think. And I mean, it really can be, And my queen was saying that last year. She was like, I think there's more people involved. I think it's like a whole thing that they do. There's a lot of connections to it. I mean, it's really, really possible. I find it hard to believe that it took Abby 6 minutes. I find it hard to believe that it took Abby 6 minutes to walk the rest of the bridge, or what? Uh, First time going over the bridge. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was Abby's first time walking the bridge, but they were already kinda, like, more than halfway towards over the bridge, right? Because it looked real long behind her. I don't know how long that bridge is, but, I'm not gonna try to BS anyone around, say, "Oh, well, the bridge is this long. This is where they were at," because I don't know how long the bridge is. But it looked like they were at a good distance. And if they see a creepy guy walking up, maybe that's when Abby said something to Libby about that creepy guy still following us. Maybe they were walking, on the bridge. They were trying to get across. Abby asked Libby, "Is that guy still coming?" She says, "Mm-hmm." Like, hurry up. They get to the end of the bridge. Libby starts recording them. Very possible. They get as much recording as they can. They start walking towards the end of the trail. They get to the end of the trail. That's when, like, Abby's mother said that she heard on the recording of Libby saying to Abby, "This is where the trail ends. There's nowhere else to go." Then you hear at the end of the recording, "Guys, down the hill." I mean, that's all you hear. I mean, wouldn't there be something more? Like, guy, or like, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" I mean, some kind of approach, not just walk up with the gun, "Guys, down the hill." Well, that is possible. Never mind. That is possible. He just walks up to him with the gun in hand, "Guys, down the hill." You know, do they hear them saying, like, "Oh my God," in the recording? Do they hear them, like, bapping out or something? I mean, really. Ohio here too. Yeah. Represent Lisa. Never been there. Always wanted to go there. I know my grandmother was from Akron, Ohio. Kids have no fear. I know I'd be terrified. I'm scared of heights. I mean, really. I mean, it's a high bridge, but you know, when it seemed like Abby had a little, but I have no idea. Um, She had her hands in her pockets, Abby did, in the photo. So I wonder if, I would think she would be scared. That's just me personally. I mean, you're high up, there's gaps in between the bridge. It seems like it's going to fall apart at any moment. There's no railings or anything, but she had her hands in her pockets. Was she walking with her hands in her pockets, or was she doing that for the photo? You know, I mean, that could be a couple things. Bad habits. What do you think of DP being a ploy? It's possible. What's weird is that I said that in my video last night that's being uploaded today, that it could have been like where somebody came behind them. You know, I mean, it's possible. Oh, DP, you're talking about what's his name, right? Hold on, I got confused on that question. DP, is that Joe? Thanks for coming on the show, but DP, can you tell me who DP is? I took that question wrong. The police are playing games, I think. Yeah, they're definitely they're just not releasing anything at all. They're just keeping it too close, really. I mean, a little bit more information is not going to affect the case when they catch this person. I agree. I was waiting on a big break, and it was a very little given one. Things left behind, anything, I don't know. It got me very confused. Yeah, it definitely was something. They made it seem like it was going to be bigger information than what it was. They made it seem like for sure that we were going to get some new information, that we were going to finally catch this guy or who the police believe it could be. I mean, I wasn't expecting that part. Then I go say, well, we think it's this person. Here's his name. Here's his photo. They're not going to do that, but at least say, yeah, we have a strong possibility on who it could be. I was hoping something like that. Not that today could be the day, tonight, tomorrow, next week, 2 years and 11 months. When he said today could be the day, tonight, tomorrow, I'll go as far as next week. It made me really did believe that they had something. It really did. And then when it went to that to before he retires, it's like, are you just saying that to not make rich guy disappear because you already have a good idea on who it is and you want him to remain put until you make the arrest or what? Yeah, Mike. It's definitely a lot of supporters in this case. Thanks for coming on Bad Habits and watching the show and leaving a comment and getting involved in the case. You getting involved with it and watching it and talking about it, that helps keep the case alive. It doesn't matter if you've been since day 1 or 2 weeks. You doing this and getting involved is what's making sure that the case does not go anywhere. This case is never going to dial down. And that's what Bridge Guy wants. He wants this case to go like there's so many unsolved cases out there, right? So many unsolved murders. And that's what he probably believed was going to happen. That, it's going to be big at first. In a few months, it'll dial down. Okay, maybe a year or two. Okay, now he realizes this case isn't going anywhere. They're going to be looking for me forever until they catch me, pretty much. It really is. It's uh, why do we only get a snippet from a 25 minute? Did they ask him if he allowed others? Yeah, I didn't get that. I was expecting a lot more of the interview, honestly, just what was it, like 5 questions? I don't know if it was more about Abby or Libby, or they were just talking about the crime that he committed and stuff like that. But I was expecting a lot more, that's for sure. I was like, that was it. I had to watch it through third party. I watched another YouTuber that replayed it pretty much because I couldn't find it on YouTube or on HLN or whatever. So I had to watch it in bits, which really sucked. But I was just like, really, this is all they give us? Okay, that doesn't make sense. Should we read into that? We should read into everything, everything we can. One of the first person of the police said, and don't quote me, but it was something about watching your kids on social media. This is why I've always thought there was a catfish. And one of my it's been a while, about a year ago, I would say, in one of my first few Delphi murders video, someone left a comment saying that the girls were catfished. At the time, I said, there's no way in hell. There's no way in hell these girls were catfish. I don't believe it worth the crap. I didn't believe it. Now I'm slapping myself in the face because I'm like, wow, it's very much a high possibility they were, really. And yeah, and here's the thing, kids, I see kids that are 10 years old, 9 years old with cell phones. 9, 8. Okay, you need them for emergencies just in case something happens, right? Just in case someone tries to kidnap you or something, you got to get a hold of 911 or your family. Totally get it. But they should not be doing social media at 9 years old. That's crazy. I mean, I get it. That's the thing nowadays. I get it. When I was growing up, we were always outside playing. We were always outside playing football, baseball, playgrounds, tag. We were always outside. On Halloween, there'd be hundreds of kids. I don't see that anymore. I had 4 trick or treaters this year. I don't see kids outside playing, or unless they're part of like a league, a little Pop Warner league or something like that. You just don't see it because they're always at home playing video games or on social media. They need to be more active outside playing, but with adult supervision, who, parents and stuff, because nowadays there's so many freaking psychos and perverts out there. You can't, like, I would always say to like my sister and stuff, because she has 2 little girls, and they would say, "Hey, can we go to the school and play?" And she would tell them no. If there's not this person's mom or dad there, then no. And they would get upset. And I'm like, why don't you let them go play? I mean, who cares? We did when we were little. And she was like, it was different back then. Our whole neighborhood was so tight. We all knew each other. We all, like lived together, and everybody kept an eye on us. Even at the school, there would always be at least 1 or 2 adults there to watch over us, or at least across the street. They'd be outside across the street, just outside sitting in a chair, making sure that everything's okay. There's so many psychos and perverts out there. You can't let your kids do anything by themselves anymore until they're of age to protect themselves. So I understand that kids might need a phone to contact just in case something happens where they need to reach mom and dad or police or something like that. Totally get it. Me and my queen daughter's mom got into a fight about this because I said, she should have a phone when she's 7 or 8, just under parental control to where she can contact us at the police if need be. She doesn't believe so. I'm like, well, what if something happens? We're at work, or, something goes wrong. She needs a way to contact somebody. So, I mean, now it's really possible that the girls were catfish. I really do believe it. That's possible. They can use a interview for that. I didn't think of that. Uh Persons. Honestly, that's the first time I'm hearing that name. I heard of Daniel Nations, but Persons I never heard of before. Maybe I'm behind on something. He was a male for arguing a couple under the bridge that day. He was a male part of arguing couple under the bridge that day. Oh. I, c- I don't know what he looks like. We gotta look that up. So he was at the bridge that day fighting with the couple underneath the bridge? Was it the guy fighting with Cheyenne and Cheryl? Was he fighting with them? We gotta find that out. Daniel. My bad, Joe. Ooh, I gotta look this up. I gotta look him up. I'm happy you said that, Aaron. Thanks for coming on Bad Habits. Really, I've never heard that name before. I heard of Daniel Nations. Every time they talk about a Daniel, that's who I thought they were talking about. Honestly, the cops will know who it is. I think they just don't have enough to do it. That's possible. I mean, they might know who it is, and they're just not, you know, they don't have the information yet. Maybe they're trying to get more, somebody to turn them in or something. But if the cops know who it is, they should. I would think that they would at least get the DNA from him or something. If they have DNA, they would be able to use that, or get them in the interrogation room for questioning. Say, you know what, we just got a couple questions to ask you. Get them in the interrogation room for 48, 72 hours and pound into them. Politics, yeah, politics. They're talking political. Yeah, it's definitely. Yes, I think he shaved his head after the 2019 press conference when they released that sketch. Oh, that's definitely interesting. After they released the sketch, he shaved his hair right afterwards. I mean, trying to change his appearance. It's always about them, not the family. Yeah. We don't care who or when a policeman is up on their employment. Has nothing to do with the case. Yeah. That's what they were talking about. Oh, when he retires and stuff. I mean, I don't give a damn, man. Get the case solved. With all the information we do have, I just can't understand how this POS POS, gotcha, Camaro lover hasn't been arrested. I agree. They got photo, they got video, they got audio, and they showed the whole world who it is. Nothing. I mean, I said this on my video last night that I haven't uploaded. I'm gonna have to do a whole new video because I pretty much went over everything that I did talked about in the video that I did last night that I'm uploading this afternoon. But the FBI was able to catch the two Boston bombers, right? There was hundreds of people around when that happened. The way they caught them is on the security camera. The one of the brothers looked towards the bomb before it went off. That's how they caught him. Just like that. Something as simple as that. And they can't catch this guy who's on audio, video, photo zoomed in, whatever. They can't catch him. It's more like, wow, it's like it's just weird. Get the CIA involved. You would think the CIA found out where bin Laden was. You found out where bin Laden was, you can find out where anyone is. I mean, really, come on. Let's turn it up a little bit. Let's get more involved in this. Apparently, I watched the live stream last night on the HBO broadcast. So many in the comments said they think it is the father, which got me thinking for this guy to approach the girls and not have them run. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying it, kings and queens, my fellow kings and queens. Look into the dad. I mean, really, we need to hear his voice. We need to hear his voice. I mean, really, really need to hear his voice. Anyone under 10 should only get a flip phone for emergencies only. I agree, Aaron. I truly do. Parental control or whatever it is, where the speed dial or something like that, but only for emergencies. They should not be having Facebooks and social media. Kids don't know. They don't know any better. They see somebody talking and stuff like that all the time, and they don't know. They think it's funny or cute or whatever, and they get lured into it. And you got to think of the person that would know. The girls would say to come on, guys, it's lunchtime. Oh, come on, guys, down the hill. It's like crazy. I scratch my head and think about it. Yeah, I mean, that's another question I get asked a lot. Do I think that Rich Guy knew the girls personally? For a while I did, but now I'm like, I think it was only social media conversations. Dude, trick-or-treating is dead. Parents driving their kids door to door blows my mind. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different now, that's for sure. When I was a kid, we'd have hundreds of kids outside. I think now, basically, they go to, like, those parking lots, and there's just, like, a bunch of, like, booths and stuff that have candy, churches and stuff like that. But, yeah, trick-or-treating's over. There is no trick-or-treating anymore. I took my daughter this year, and there was quite a few people out, which surprised me because this is like the first year I've seen a bunch of people out. But I mean, you never see it really. I think KK knows his dad is guilty of something. Why would he tell the police I was going to leave when dad was asleep or whatever it was said? But wouldn't they, if they ran his DNA, wouldn't something pop even though it's his dad? I mean, wouldn't something show somehow because they share the same DNA, right? That's how they prove who kids' parents are and all that stuff. I would think that something would flag up if it's his dad. That's who I think we need to listen to. Hear the dad's voice for sure. Listen to the True Crime Garage last episode in regards to Delphi. It's all about DP. I'll check it out, Aaron. I'll check it out today for sure. Really. Yeah, he knows him. Very possible. I mean, anything's possible right now, Anything's possible. DP is also a witness of the old person sketch. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's definitely interesting. So he was saying it was an older person. Okay. Yeah, I definitely got to look into DP because every time they brought up a Daniel, I thought they were talking about nations. I never thought about this guy. Want to know if LE interviewed CM. CM. I'm not sure who CM is. Not sure who CM is, Bud. want to know if Ellie yes, Aaron can rate 3 episodes. Pick up Anthony shots profiles taken in Florida from the inside of a car. Yeah. The dad owed a Trans Am. What was the type of car that was found in that abandoned, like CVS or something like that, that the cops are looking for that was parked that day? It was parked a little ways from the bridge. I think it was like an abandoned convenience store or CVS or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about? DNA. Yeah, family DNA. Right. That's what I mean. They would be able to flag some kind of connection, I would think. House looks so much like the house that burnt down. 4 little girls inside. What house? Oh, Klein's. Picture next to the car. Picture next to the car. What picture? Definitely want to know about that one. That's definitely interesting. CPS building. It's an old waterfall building. That's what I'm. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. CPS building. That was CVS, but CPS building. Yes. What kind of car was there that day? Does anyone remember what it was, or color, or anything like that? Does anyone know? Did they ever release that? Like what kind of car it was? Warrior Files. Send a picture of Sam in your messenger. And whose side do it? Thanks, Shane. I'll check it out. Photo files. Did you hear that? In Florida. It was never released about the car. Thank you, Joe. I'm happy you came on and watched the show today. Really, because it answered a lot of questions for me. I appreciate all you guys for coming on Bad Habits today. Really, it's the 5-year anniversary. It's time to get solved. I mean, this is just getting crazy. 5 years. 5 years to the day. And I want to thank I don't think he's on here anymore, but Ray J for donating on Super Chat last time. That was our first one. So thank you for that, RJ. If you're still watching, buddy. We were talking about the car and the Anthony Shots profile. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. I'm going to look into that Daniel Persons. I'm going to look into that. Is my audio still good? Can you guys still hear me? I just bumped the mic. Can you guys hear me? Maybe not. I don't know if you guys can hear me. My audio, I think it's I got a little flag up here. Let's see. Test. Yeah, we're good. You know, it's tricky. It could be. I mean, what do you guys think? Really? Do you think it's going to be solved within the next 6 months? Let's do a poll. 6 months, a year, 5 years. Thanks, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. What do you guys think? And if you guys aren't subscribed, do me a favor, hit subscribe. It's free. And we're going to be uploading a video tonight that I did last night. I'm going to edit. I might even do another one because we went over a lot that I talked about in the video last night. And I don't want to be doing releasing a video of repeating myself pretty much. Okay. Anybody want to call in and give your thoughts about the case? I think it's crazy that BG could come out of nowhere and cross the bridge to the girls in 6 minutes. Yeah, that's fast. I mean, but he's moving on that bridge. When you see the recording of him walking towards them, I mean, he's going. He's going. So that's how we all know that he crossed the bridge pretty fast or before, and I think he was dropped off or parked, drove there or something earlier in the day, like I said, probably around 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and just walking that entire area nonstop, just walking that area, trying to find out where he was going to do it at, trying to lure someone there. Because you got to remember, he could have been trying to lure other kids there, other girls. And Libby was the only one that responded by saying yes. I mean, it might not have been just her. It could have been so many other people that he was trying to lure, and he finally got somebody to say yes. And, he, and one thing that we talked about on the interview that I did the other day with my first guest is if Bridge Guy catfished Libby, did he know Abby was going to be there? What do you guys think of that? I live about 70 miles from Delphi, but still too close to home. Yeah. Linda Fulmer? I'm sorry if I say that incorrect. Linda, thank you so much for coming on the show and watching it and supporting the case. 70 miles from Delphi. God, that's got to be hard. I mean, knowing about the case. At least you know a lot. At least I'm sure you've been to Delphi since you're only a little, about an hour out and know the area and stuff. So, I mean, the killer might not have been from Delphi. He could have been in the immediate cities around Delphi. Isn't Delphi only 2 hours out of Chicago? I mean, I believe the guy lived in Indiana, but it might not have been Delphi. It could have been in the immediate cities out of Delphi. Everyone that has a minute, look up Derek Grossley on Twitter. The dude has a ton of pictures of the owner of the car in the profile, along with him being the Delphi. No, okay. Check it out. Definitely. Thanks, Aaron. Also, check out Bad Habits King on Twitter. Bad Habits King, not Kingdom, on Twitter. They might know the car, but I'm not sure they drove it there. Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, definitely, connect it somehow, but I mean, 5 years. I cannot believe it's been 5 years, guys. 50 miles from Delphi. Drive through there all the time to go to one of my favorite camping spots. When I see the ribbons all over Delphi, it breaks my heart. Redhead9, thank you so much for coming on Bad Habits Kingdom and watching the show with us. Thank you for leaving a comment as well. 50 miles, less than an hour. And you go there all the time. God, man. My queen and I were trying to fly out there this week. We're actually going to fly it on Tuesday. But, just tough time right now to spend on plane tickets and hotel and stuff for a few days. But we were really trying to get out there. I really want to see the sights and stuff. Yeah, 50 miles from Delphi. Right there. I mean, who is that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Sounds like someone keeps knocking on the door, trying to open the door or something. Can you go see it? 50 miles. Yeah, you're right there. Right there. It was weird when they talked about the car from Bandy Band. They didn't ask what type of car. They wanted to know who the driver was. Yeah. I'm sure, because then they know what it's going to be, It's cold as hell here in Indiana. In Vegas, it got up to 74 the other day, which surprised me. As long as you guys are not Colts fans, That's cool that you're from Indiana and close to the Delphi area, but don't tell me you're Colts fans because I'm a Titan and they're in our division. And I am definitely not a Colts fan. Don't have a like. But really, you guys just really keep this case alive. All right. You guys really keep this case alive by supporting it as much as you do and talking about it as much as you do and your theories and your ideas and supporting one another. That's why this case is still a high profile. Like I said a couple times during this video, the killer thought it was going to, dial down and, he'd be able to get away with it. But that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. I heard something. What'd you hear? 19. Yeah, that's cold. Very cold. Yes, I'm a Colts fan. Shane, off the video, buddy. No Colts fan around here. No, I'm kidding. Saints fan here. Red Ed. I'm sorry to hear that, Red Ed. No, I'm kidding. All right. Degrees here in NY. NY, yeah. New York. Joe. Was from all the way from New York, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it, man. It's definitely cold in Indiana, yeah. But it wasn't real cold the day of the murders, right? On February 13th, 2017. What was the temperature that day? I know it was warmer than 19 degrees. It was like a nice, beautiful day. That's why they even decided to go. They didn't have school. It was a Monday. Make sure everyone smashes that like a button on that video. Oh, make sure everyone smashes that like button on the video. On my video? Thanks, man. Appreciate you. If that's what you mean. Lion fan here. None of you know true football pain. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry to hear that. Lions. You got a good coach, though. I mean, really, Dan Campbell will turn that team around. Titan fan, I see. What about the Raiders? Nope, not a Raiders. Nope, everybody asked me that because I'm born and raised in Vegas. Not a Raiders fan. Someone was streaming from Bridge Guys today. It was snowing and cold. Yeah, I saw that just for a split second. They were on the bridge. Yeah, I saw that. It was snowing near 50 degrees. No, it was around 50 that day. 50 degrees that day. Okay. I thought it was actually warmer than that. I thought it was around like 70 degrees or 60, high 60s on the day of the murders. But 50 degrees is still a lot better than 19 degrees. So it was a nice day. They went for a walk and did nothing wrong. I mean, this son of SOB. I mean, he'd burn in hell. We're gonna be. Does anybody want to call in before we end the video? Go call in. Oh, we can before the murders. It was nice weather, right? Yeah, that's what I heard too. It was nicer weather before the murders actually happened. Around that, it's 20. Feels like 10. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely 5 years today, guys. It's been 5 years since the brutal murders of Abigail Williams and Libby German. And the killer remains at large, remains free, walking among us today. And he's out there. I'm sure he felt like this case was going to go away. And obviously it hasn't, and it's never going to, because we will never give up. None of us. You, me, everybody that has to do supporting this case and talking about this case, we all want to really support one another and stuff, so I mean, I really can't thank you guys enough for supporting Bad Habits as much as you do. When supporting the case is what matters. I know you guys hear me say this is not a true crimes channel, and the only true crime case we talk about is the Delphi case until it is solved, because it's the one I wouldn't say most passionate about, but then I do say that, it's just one that I'm really drawn to. I really want this case solved. It's a horrible crime. Same with Evansdale. When it has to do with kids, I mean, babies. They were babies. 13 and 14 years old. You're a kid. There were two little girls who would be in college right now. college. And they were murdered for no reason at all. For no reason at all. Because of some sick pervert. I really hope they catch this guy. I really do. I hope that. Oh, man. I really do. Are you going to be doing these lives more often now? Yeah, I'm going to be doing more lives. Shane, I see you saying you want to call in, but I'm actually going to be ended the video and I had you on. Yeah, I'm going to be doing more lives. I like doing the uploads as well. Because I always like go back and edit, but I like to do lives to like talk to you guys really. That's the only time I really like to do live videos. Or if I'm doing an interview like I did with my buddy yesterday or the other day, my new friend Shane. But yeah, I'll be doing more live videos as long as you guys come on to watch them. I'll do them nonstop. Honestly, if you guys come and communicate on it, by all means, I love you. I love to do them. Did you watch the A&L special yesterday? I think it was pretty interesting, but nothing mind-blowing. Ace of Spades, thanks for coming on, buddy. I really love that name. Definitely a Sin City name for sure. It's good to see you again. I watched clips of it on YouTube. I was happy that we got to know that the audio recording was towards the end of the video, and I was happy that we got to actually hear Klein's voice. I was happy about those two things. And pretty much all of it was more of like a hype video to get us to watch it because I was expecting more than what really happened. I wasn't impressed with Doug Carter saying that they know a lot about the guy. They think, today could be the day, tonight could be the day, next week until 3 years, before he retires. I didn't like that part a whole lot, because I think it's because I got too excited when he said today could be the day, tonight, tomorrow. It made me think that they had something. I thought they were going to be making a move really soon. I thought maybe, they're going to be making a move really soon. They were just waiting for the 5 years for some reason. And then they finally caught the guy. But, I think, I think there's more to it than that. I think they're still not going to be releasing a whole lot. I hope they release more video if they have it. Release a little bit more video. Maybe it could spark somebody's memory. I was watching interviews, people on the news basically talking about the case, and they were saying that what they've been trying to do, like we talked about before in some of my videos, that what they've been doing is just not enough. It's not working. It's been 5 years. We understand that you don't want to give out a whole lot of information, but go back and analyze and see what you can release. Show video, go back and watch the video and show that what you can release of the video or the audio or something. Because obviously 4 words and a second video is not enough to catch the guy, or he would already been caught. Everybody's seen the video. Everybody heard the voice. Everybody's seen pictures of him. The guy's still out there 5 years later. They need to give us a little bit more information. They need to show us, something, because obviously it's been too long. It's just going to keep going until either A, the guy turns himself in, which is he not going to do. B, somebody knows who it is and they just turn him in and get that reward money, because that could change somebody's life. So if he did tell somebody what he did, that he is responsible for killing Abigail Williams and Libby German, they could turn him in and get that reward money. So that's another thing that could happen if he did tell somebody. I highly doubt that he told anyone. But that is possible. I mean, there's so many possibilities about the case, and there's so many doubts about the case. And it gets really emotional because, honestly, sometimes deep down, I believe that the police don't have shit. Excuse my language. I don't think they have a whole lot of information. When Doug Carter's saying, we know a lot about you. A lot. Sleep well. It's like, okay, you're giving the guy a warning saying that you're coming after him. He already knew you've been coming after him. He knows the case isn't going to die down. He knows we do videos about, I'm not saying me per se, but people do videos about him and people are looking for him and stuff. But, if you're trying to scare him into turning himself in or something like that, I just don't think that's gonna happen. You know, who could tell me what is known about the F-150 I mentioned last night? I'm not sure. Thank you for keeping the Delphi case on going. We need justice for that. Redhead, you are exactly right. That's what I always say. Justice. Because the families will never have peace. Their little girls were brutally murdered. They've been suffering for 5 years. Even if they arrest the guy right now and call the family saying, we made the arrest, we got him. The call that they've been waiting for 5 years, that's not going to give them peace. They still lost their babies, but that will give them justice. They would at least have justice. You know, that's why I always say they would at least have justice. They might not have peace, but they'll have justice. But look up Daniel Person for real. Also right there, person. Yeah, I am gonna look him up, Joe. I really am. You know, Carter would tell us one day why he did what he did. Yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping. What is the profile picture on DP? Lynn, I hope so. Sorry, I deleted that too fast. I hope they do. I hope they do. Exactly. And if you notice, when they were asking him questions, he was thinking hard before he answered anything. He was like, I don't want to go that far with it, or this is all I can say for now. That the Anthony Shots account has given us tremendous amount of investigation. It helped us tremendous. I mean, that's all I can say about it now. Okay, what do you got? What do you got? Is there something bigger than what we think it is? There might be something bigger about it. Really. Can you talk about the Paul Hull saying that they need to release more information? They do. I mean, at the end of the day, they need to release more information if you want the guy caught. I mean, I get it. They don't want to release too much. Go back, like the guy said on the video last night, go back and analyze it. See what you can release and do it. Especially if you could see him walking on the bridge still. Why wouldn't you release that? If you have more video of him walking towards the girls on the bridge, release it. You can mute out if you need to. If you can hear the girls crying or panicking or something, and you don't want to release that, okay, that makes sense. But you can at least show the video. All this stuff is private. Yeah. Thanks, Pat. It's the public that helps solve the case. Yes, you guys, all of you who've been supporting this case and doing everything you can, all of us combined, is why this case will get solved. We might not get the credit for it, but that's why. This case is such a high-profile case because of you. Because all of us, nobody has let up. We talk about this every day. Every day. It's not going anywhere. Bridge guy, if you ever see this video, we're not giving up, buddy. We ain't going nowhere. Coming after your ass. I didn't think of that, Redhead. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's probably why they only release so much. You're right. That makes sense. Have you heard that the videos on the dark web? No, I haven't. I stay away from the dark web. I've seen and heard too many things about that. I don't go nowhere near the dark web. The F-150 was white, or F-250 was white. Yep. Oh, Joe, thank you so much, buddy. Joe B, the second donation I ever received. Thank you so much. You have no idea what that means to me, man. $5 super sticker. All right, Joe. God, thank you, man. That really means a lot. Can't believe it. I mean, second one ever. We got our second one. Awesome. That means a lot to me, Joe. Really. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can't believe it. $5 sip stickers. Awesome, man. That means a lot to me. You have no idea, bud. Because they know nothing. Yeah, they probably don't. Said to say, but I don't think this case will ever get solved. Short of a conversation, they got nothing but 2 drawings of 2 different people talking about and looking up. I mean, it's been 5 years, so I understand of it never getting solved. It's going that way. It really is. This case hasn't gone anywhere. Cole, Joe, really, thank you again for that. That really means a lot to me. You have no idea. Let's show it again. Look at that. Thank you, Joe. That is awesome, man. Second one ever. Come on, Pat. Come on. No Colts fan in here. All they want is tips coming in and stuff. So, yeah, that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping for the public or somebody to turn the guy in or him turn himself in. That's what they're hoping for. It is what it is. It is what it is, kings and queens. It is what it is. No doubt, you're welcome. Keep doing you, Joe. You have no idea how much that means to me, buddy. Really, that's awesome. Donating. That was my second one ever, dude. So they put Anthony Shots associated with the case. Why? Why do you think they did that? There's got to be a reason why they did it, because he was apparently the last one to communicate with Libby. Apparently. The last one to communicate with Libby the day of the murders. But could his dad have accessed the account? What is that noise? It sounds like someone keeps trying to open my door. Guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry, it sounds like somebody was trying to open my front door or something. It's my neighbor. I hate that. Yeah, they just want this guy to turn himself in. It's not going to happen, though. Never going to happen. More tips. Yeah. And people of interest. I mean, how many people of interest have they had with this case? Where we at? 1208. Oh, man. It's crazy. 5 years ago to the day. 5 years to the day when you think about it. You know what I mean? This is 5 years. And guy's gotten away with it for so long. I mean, it's just sad. Sad. Kelsey said they haven't confirmed if not, Anthony Shots is associated with the case. Well, he hasn't been charged or anything. Well, Klein hasn't. They need to be looking at Daddy. Look at his punk ass dad. I mean, really, I think that's something they need to. All right, Kings and Queens. We are going to be. What the hell? We're going to be ending the video, Kings and Queens. It might be 5 years ago to the actual time, which is mind-blowing. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. The police are putting 2 cases together. Yeah, it's very possible. Very possible. We're going to be ending it, Kings and Queens. I really want to thank you guys for coming on and supporting the show today and giving me your thoughts and talking with each other. You guys have been very respectful, which is awesome. I really appreciate you guys. I mean, really, this was a great video, live video. And could do another one tonight if you guys want to. It's 12 o'clock p.m. I'm going to be uploading my recorded video by 3:30 p.m. Got to edit a little bit. And then if you guys want to go live tonight, I say we go probably around 9 p.m. Pacific. That's a little late Eastern. I know a lot of you guys are East Coast, but if you guys want to go live tonight, we can go back on. And Shane and other people, if you guys want to call in, then we can make that happen. Come on the show, talk about it. Would love for you guys to come on and discuss your theories about the case and what we know so far. So if you guys want to meet up tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific, that would be what, midnight your time? 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so I understand if you guys are asleep, but yeah, if you guys want to come on then, go ahead and email me at badhabitsking@gmail.com so we could set up of you coming on if you want to come on first or something. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, TikTok, stuff like that, Twitter, even. And I really appreciate you guys. Really, you guys, Joe, thank you again for your donation. That was my second one ever. Really, really, really means a lot that you did that, buddy. Thank you so much. And thank you for new people for coming on. Bad Habits Kingdom, Redhead, Mike, and many others, for coming on the show today and supporting Bad Habits Kingdom like you do. You guys did an amazing job. I really love your guys' communication and talking to you guys. You guys are amazing. Lady M, I'm not sure if you stuck around, but I know you said you were coming on to watch, so thank you. And I really appreciate you guys. We're going to call it right now, and I got to edit my other video and upload that, so definitely check it out. And then tonight we'll do another live video. Do about 9 p.m. Pacific. If it's a little earlier, I'll let you guys know. I'll post something or something like that just to let you guys be aware. But you guys stay safe. Say a prayer today for the families of Abigail Williams and Libby German. Moment of silence and stuff. It's definitely been hard for that family, both families, 5 years, and still waiting every day, waiting and just hoping that today would be the day. And let's hope it happens soon. Let's hope it does happen. It's hard to say right now. I'm a little disappointed in the HLN. I thought we were gonna get some more info. So tonight, I hope you guys come back. Come check it out. And really, I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight. You can share me, Grazmade. Definitely would like to check. Are you Delphi awareness videos? I'll check them out for sure. Definitely email me at BadHabitsKing. I'm a big fan of Graz. I've been on his show. He's an amazing guy. Love that guy. Also, guys, if you guys haven't checked out Real Chill, definitely check him out. Real Chill Grays. He does amazing stuff on his show. I actually went on his show recently, so definitely check him out. And go ahead and email me, Hippie, if you want. Tech Death Hippie. Email me if you can, at badhabitsking@gmail.com. All right, guys. I love you guys so much for supporting Bad Habits Kingdom. Also, check us out later on tonight. We'll be going live. I'll have the video that I did last night uploaded at 3 p.m. today, but we'll go back live. I'll try to push for 8 p.m. Pacific, but 9 p.m. is the time right now. We'll go do another live video and get you guys' feedback. So check out the information that we talked about today. Names that we're given and stuff, and then we'll come back on later on tonight and see what you guys think, and we'll keep this case going every day, kings and queens. I love you guys so much. Joe, thank you so much for your $5 donation. It meant a lot. You have no idea what that means. You're actually the second person to ever donate to Bad Habits Kingdom, so thank you guys so much. You guys stay safe. I'll see you later on tonight. I love you so much, guys. Have a great one.